What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you another brand new video today. Today I'm finally back to give you my follow-up review on the Hunt Limitless 42 gravel wheel set that I reviewed and unboxed a couple of months ago. So let's get into this brand new review. Alright guys, so before we begin, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, take care of those three things so you don't miss out on any brand new videos. And let's get into this follow-up review. A few months back, I unboxed and reviewed, or did an initial review I should say, of the Hunt Limitless 42 gravel wheel set that I have right here. These were sent out to me by Hunt. Big thanks to Ken once again for sending these out my way. I had purchased the Hunt Carbon 50 Aero disc wheels, was a massive fan of them, and wanted to review some of Hunt's other products. So the Limitless range was something I was always interested in, both for their road wheel set and for their gravel wheel set. And given that I was commuting to work, I wanted a wheel set that would allow for much wider tires to give me a much more comfortable ride and just give you a little bit more forgiveness in that sort of commuter setting, as well as just give me some added versatility if ever I wanted to go and do some gravel riding or some off-road riding. I wanted something that I could use in that scenario as well. So the Limitless wheel set was obviously the top of the range from Hunt. They still make the road Limitless wheels, and they make their brand new sub 50 Limitless wheels that you can get for the road. For gravel, these ones unfortunately are no longer available, but they are the Limitless series Hunt 42 gravel wheel set. So I'm not going to go too much in depth with the specs. If you are interested in all the sort of tech specs with these wheels, you can go watch my unboxing video. I'll leave a link to it right up here in the right hand corner so you can check that description out. But other than that, the key takeaways here are that these are very, very wide rims with a U-shaped profile. So the clue is in the name. They're 42 millimeters deep. They have a 25 millimeter internal rim width and a 36 millimeter wide external rim width. I have these paired up with a pair of Vittoria Terreno Zero gravel tires in a 38C width, but I'll show you how much these actually measure in at. Everything I'm going to be talking about in this video, you have to keep in mind that I'm comparing these wheels with these tires. You need to think of it as a system. So these Terreno Zero tires are tubeless ready, but I'm just running them with standard tubes in them, and I'm going to show you that now. So I have my digital caliper here. We're going to turn this on. So we'll turn it on, and we're going to zero this so you can see. Okay, and if I measure these, I'll take the caliper, measure the actual width of the tire, and bring that in. These measure in at 41. So they're a 38 millimeter tire, measuring in at 41 millimeters wide. Now I normally run these tires at about 45 psi with tubes, maybe 50, so 45 to 50 with standard inner tubes. These roll really, really well. You can see the tread on these tires down the middle. There's a very sort of treadless pattern here with a bit of rubber grips sort of on the outer portion of the tire. So these are really a pavement / compact gravel tire on really hard packed terrain. They work really, really well. They roll pretty well on pavement as well. They're obviously not as fast as my road wheel set, but given that they are you know, sort of treadless here through the middle, and they have this exposed bit of rubber here, that is, I guess you could call that part slick. There's that slick pattern through the middle. They roll quite well on pavement as well. So how do these roll? How do they feel? We're going to get you onto the bike in a second so that you can come along with me and I can explain to you how these roll on the bike.
All right, let's talk about the Hunt Limitless 42 gravel wheels. So I've probably done over 1,000 kilometers on them by now, and I feel like I have a good base to compare them to my Hunt 50s road wheels. Really, the experience also needs to be sort of highlighted alongside whichever tires you put on the wheels. So the experience obviously on the road is, I mean, you have to put the two of them together. The tires and the wheels are working together. So what can I say about the wheels? First, I love the look of them. I love the Limitless designs. They are very wide, 25 millimeters internally, 36 millimeters wide externally, and 42 millimeters deep. The depth, don't get me wrong, they're an Aero wheel, but they're not crazy deep. So you do feel that kind of aerodynamic benefit of the depth of the wheel, but I think the bigger feature here is the width. So they primarily are designed to be run with gravel tires, which is why I put 38C tires on them. They're almost the exact same width as the external rim itself. And because you have these really wide rims, you get this U channel or this U-shape profile to the rim. So in crosswinds, even at 42 millimeters deep, there is almost no twitchiness to the wheel set. So I notice a little bit more twitchiness on the other wheels, on my Hunt 50s. They're a little bit thinner, a little bit deeper, but I think it's the profile of the rim. It's more of a V shape rather than a U shape that contributes to that little bit of twitchiness in really high crosswinds. So that's one thing I noticed. And the overall feel of these wheels, and again, take everything into consideration that I'm talking about my experience with the tires and wheels together, working together. I noticed these wheels feel ever so slightly heavier than my road wheel set, and I mean that's normal because obviously the wheels are a bit heavier, but I'm giving up like maybe 300 or 400 grams just in tire weight, so take that into consideration as well. But they roll so nicely, no twitchiness in crosswinds whatsoever, still getting an aerodynamic benefit because of the depth of the wheel. So there really is a lot to like with them, and the bearings in them roll super smoothly. I'm just a really big fan. For gravel wheels, they are without a doubt the right option for me, at least. And putting on anything larger than like a 35, 36C tire, you're really gonna notice that extra comfort thanks to the tire volume without losing a lot of aerodynamic, without an aerodynamic penalty, put it that way. So overall, huge fan of these wheels. I'd feel comfortable running anything between a 35 to 40C tire on these, and they really are an excellent wheel. Top quality. I'd put these on any gravel bike, any all-road bike. I'm using them from a commuting standpoint just because of that extra tire volume without sacrificing anything really. Another thing that we just have to mention with these wheels is how they ride, the feeling they give you when you're riding with them. They change the handling of the bike. So keep in mind the tire is that much wider, and it's not only wider, it's a bigger tire overall. It sits on a 700C rim, but because the tire is bigger, it also extends the tire outward. So you notice that looking over the front of the bike, the front wheel sticks out a little bit further than my road tires, and that's just because of the sheer size of the tire. So it changes the characteristic of the ride. So these wheels feel very stable in a straight line, and I guess that's good because that's the purpose of gravel. If you're riding on looser surfaces, you want something that's going to be stable, allowing you to, maximize your power output and stay in control of the bike on looser terrain. So they're definitely very stable in a straight line. You notice that they don't feel quite as fast or agile in corners. That's not to say that they lack in corners, but there's a noticeable difference. The other wheels, because they're on a 28 millimeter tire, the handling of that bike just feels much faster than these wheels. And keep in mind, I'm riding the same bike just with two different wheel setups. One being a gravel wheel with thicker tires, and the other being a road wheel with 28 millimeter road tires. So it feels effortless to keep the bike straight, but the other wheels definitely provide you more feedback in terms of agility and handling and quick maneuvering. So that's something that I definitely think you should take note of.
So there you have it, guys. There's my review of the Hunt Limitless 42 millimeter gravel wheels. These are a huge favorite of mine. I love the graphic. I love the way they perform. I just like the added durability of the fact that I can run you know, a 40 millimeter or so tire on these. You can go a little bit wider even if you wanted to and you had the clearance in your frame for it. They just give you a ton of versatility. I'm using these primarily in a commuting scenario, but you can run these off-road. You could race them. You could use them on the road if you just wanted a really comfortable ride on the road all the time. They are a very, very versatile wheel set, and I absolutely love the way they perform. As you saw on the bike, they are a top-notch wheel set. So big thanks to Hunt for sending these ones out, and stay tuned for more reviews coming up. I'd like to do some more reviews from Hunt, so with that new sub 50 wheels out, those are ones I would definitely like to get out on the road. So Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports, I'm signing off for now. Thank you guys for stopping by, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more videos. Until the next one, take care.